Joined by Dereham Town manager Adam Gustafson after Dereham's 2-0 win over Barking this evening. Gus finished with 2, but how many could it have been?
Yeah, I felt it was, like Saturday, it was a real dominant performance, to be honest. We were in control all over the pitch, I felt, and to be honest, I felt Barking did play their part. They obviously tried to play on the counter-attack, they committed numbers forward, but I just felt we were, like I say, in control all over the pitch, really, and each department done their jobs and won the battles. And yeah, I thought we've had chances to perhaps win a bit more convincingly, or certainly get a second sooner than we did. But we were really assured defensively, and we never looked like, in my opinion, at 1-0 we still never really looked in danger or on edge, that we weren't going to get the result. So really pleased with it. I thought it was a real. We showed a lot of character, because these games are, they mean a lot at the moment. We all know that Tuesday night after Saturday is always tough for everyone. And I thought we showed a real dominance with our performance, which I think shows a lot of character.
And going back to Saturday, the win over Romford, which performance were you happiest with?
Tonight, no disrespect to Romford, but they came to lose the game. They had, they got everyone behind the ball and just tried to last 0-0 for as long as they could, to be honest. They didn't have a shot the whole game. I don't think Barking are a bad side. I think they've got some good, they've got some good experience in their side. They've got some lively attacking players, and I think if we weren't on it tonight, I think if we weren't concentrating defensively when we were having a lot of the ball, if we weren't driving and creating chances and being an attacking threat throughout like we were, I think we might have had a difficult night tonight. But I thought it was a real dominant performance. We know there's tougher teams in this league, of course there is, but as the saying goes, you can only beat what's in front of you. And like I say, it's not a result where we've stumbled to the victory. We've been really assured and dominant with our performance, and that's what you'd like to see.
4 matches in 11 days, not ideal, but because of postponements, because of weather, we're in this position. Arguably the easier of the 2 matches we've just had, based on league positions. They're in the bag with 6 points. Canvey Islands and Brentwood to come. They're 2nd and 4th, respectively, points-wise. Have you spoken to the team about the importance of these next 2 matches, which arguably could make or break your season?
No, and I know it's again a cliche, but I think every 3 points or point gained is as important as the next. And tonight was the focus. After Saturday, the first focus, the thought was right Tuesday, and now Tuesday's done, but tonight's done. We'll focus to Canvey. We won't think about Brentwood. We'll focus on Canvey. We'll focus on how we're going to get a result against Canvey, how we're going to approach that game. And then after that game, the next one becomes important. But it's one game at a time. We're at that point in the season where everything we can gather is hopefully going to help our cause come the end of the season. So it's not going to be I think it'll be to our detriment if we start looking too far ahead and start trying to predict games that we think we can get points from, games that we might think are a bit more tougher. I don't think that serves any benefit to us at this stage of the season. It's on to the next one. The big thing is getting everyone ready again for Saturday, and that was the big bit after the game. Was well done, but you've got a role to play now individually to get yourself physically ready and mentally ready for Saturday, because that's what it is. And we've lost players along the way on this journey this season, but I said to the group in there afterwards, the mentality of the group at the moment I really like, and tonight was a big one for me. A game that on paper you're expected to win, you're at home, your home supporters are expectant, and they're tough games. You play Saturday and you're into Tuesday, they're tough games, and you're against a side that is scrapping to try and stay in the division. And like I say, I just thought we showed a lot of bottle tonight. We just got on with the job. Even when it was 1-0 and we probably should have been out of sight, we still just kept doing what we were doing. We didn't drop off, we didn't sink, we didn't create pressure on ourselves. And like I say, if we can keep doing that, we give ourselves a good chance to try and win other games.
And this might be a question I'll ask you next week, but I'm going to ask it now. Back in October, we had a chat when we were up there, and I said, do you fancy your chances for promotion? And you said, ask me in March. We're now approaching the end of March, 7th place, a point off the playoffs. So do you fancy your chances for promotion?
Ask me in April. No. I mean, it's one of those. My outlook on it is, is that I want us to take it to the final month of the season, the final 4 games of the season, if you like, and us be in a position where we're really playing for something, we're in and amongst it still. I think if anyone can predict who's going to get the final 2 playoff positions at this moment in time, they'll be a genius, because there's probably 7 sides that will all feel as though they've got an equal shot that goes into 2. So to predict that is going to be very, very difficult. But that's the challenge I've set the players. I've said, look, we do want to take, we just want to keep trying to get the wins, chalk them off, do our job. Don't worry about anybody else, do our job. And if we can take it into the final month of the season, gives everyone that excitement. It gives us, when we've got home games, that real hope, hope that you've got people coming that really are getting behind us, building that momentum. And it's a position that we've very rarely been in this division, if I'm honest. So it's just trying to manage that, and like I say, trying to keep in a position where we are in and amongst it for as long as we can be. And then you give yourself a chance, don't you? And that's what we've got to try and do.
And finally, going into the Canva game, how's it looking injury-wise?
Yeah, I think it was good to get Bamo off as we were able to today. I think Bamo Bamo is fine. Fantastic mentality. It's not ideal. We don't love playing Bamo, in lots of games in short periods of time, but he's dealt with it brilliantly. Again, excellent tonight. So he's okay. I think in terms of those that aren't available at the minute, Fisky, we're hopeful might be able to play a part potentially Saturday, Tuesday. We've just got to see how he goes. He's going to see how he is Thursday. He's going to do a bit Thursday and see how he is, and then we'll make a call on that. But yeah, I'll go back to, I think a lot of it is mentality. And, Reece again today, like, his groin's a bit tight, gets on with it. Hippo has got a couple of bits going on with the amount of times he gets kicked, but he's getting on and just getting on with it and getting the job done. So I think the group of, when you get to this stage of the season, you want to be part of it. I think it's a lot of it's mind over matter, and you just get on with it, you roll on to the next. You know that you're eventually going to get a break in a month and a half's time. And we're in a position where everyone's got to just all hands to the pump, give it everything. And like I say, I don't think there'll be anybody that's not ready for Saturday.
Gus, 3 points tonight, 6 points in 3 days. Good luck on Saturday.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.